All right, fellas. Thank you again for hosting this show along with me. Anthony, Alex, and Jordan are joining us today for the next segment of BARB YouTube channel here, where we're interviewing managers. In this case, we're actually going to interview the co-managers of the Carolina Wildcats. Joining us first is Alex King. He actually lost a bet to Anthony King. He's a diehard member of MLB's evil empire, the Yankees, but he has to like show this Boston Red Sox logo.
Oh my gosh!
Just joking with you guys. He's a Red Sox fan there, but you know, not all of us are perfect. We get that. You know, we got all bad things. But on the other hand, Jordan joining us from the crown itself, from the grand toilet. In the privacy, he is actually what was it? All black and orange all the way, right? A true Giants fan. Is that right, Jordan?
Oh man, sad to say it, but no.
Oh, okay. So what's the team there?
The Dodgers, sir. The Dodgers.
Okay.
Doyers. The Doyers. You know,
it's always in the best of families, right? All families have faults, and hey, but we deal with the best we can. So, for all you guys that don't know, in the league, Alex and Jordan have been co-managing the Carolina Cats now for what would you say, Anthony? At least a good 3, 4, 5 seasons now.
No. Basically, with Alex, he's kind of known about the league for the last multiple years through obviously our family who's in the league, and he's always been interested, but weren't sure, if we wanted to get him in yet or wait a little bit down the line, and now's that time. So hopefully within the next couple of years, if we do expand, we'll be able to get each of these guys a team. Jordan's been following with me for the last couple of seasons as well. He's been a little bit more involved. He helped make some draft selections this year, so he seems pretty ready as well. So we'll see if we can get these guys in at some point.
Okay. So we're looking at maybe like that year, right? Something like that.
I can't see.
That's the hope. Oh shit, my bad. 2022 is the hope. 2022 is the hope for the season there.
Hopefully.
Unfortunately, you guys did not get the questions to try to guesstimate, vote on who you guys would think would be like the black horse for the season or the favorites to win the league. Your brother was hating on both of you guys, so I'm still gonna put it.
I bet he was. That's all he does, man. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So you can kind of know where your surprise questions might go there. But we do have some questions for you. I'll start you guys off with Alex here. So let's say you started a new franchise next season. In how many seasons would you say you'll hit the playoffs?
The playoffs.
Start 2022 with just drafting from scratch.
Okay. I think like my goal would be probably about 3-4 years. I don't like losing, so I would want to get a successful team up and running like probably right away. So I'd make a good amount of trades and try to contend early, but realistically, it probably won't be like 5-6 years. I can build my team around the draft, free agency, all that good stuff. So hopefully 5-6 years is not the goal, but realistically probably what's going to happen.
Good, fair enough. What about you, Jordan?
Well, it really just comes down to like the talent and like the certain players in the draft pools between the free agency draft and the expansion and all the other drafts that we have. Really, like if it was on like this year where it was kind of underwhelming, then I'm willing to take like a few years to like rebuild and find some good prospects and build around those guys. But if it's somewhere like a time where it's like you have some pretty good talent coming in, then I'm willing to take like the Alex route and just push towards a title now, because I'm with him. I do not like losing, not one bit. So it can go either hand, man, honestly.
So Jordan, with the politically correct answer, I think he's gonna have a future in office there. And Alex is just going straight for the gusto. 5-6, that's the mark. Jordan is just staying around him. I see. Okay.
Thank you.
Number 2 question. So we're staying with the new franchise team, right? So in building your team, would you focus on drafting the best available player in the BARB draft, or would you target a particular position to fill and build around? So explain, whatever your choice is, explain where would you go. So as you guys know, there's always available players that are available for drafting in the BARB that belong to other teams, or do you have just the prospects or available players? Which route would you guys go?
I would probably go the available players, honestly, because if it's like a pitcher, I know you can never have too many pitchers. So if it's a pitcher, I would go with the pitcher. But I feel like if there's like a logjam at a position where I get the best possible player and I have already a really good player, then I can either move to a different position, or I can trade him to like better my other pieces around my whole team. So I'd probably go with the best position, knowing that I have a lot of if I need to move the person below, I can, or keep them both. But I feel like if the talent's there, you can't pass up on it.
Okay. So if you saw like a Jason Dominguez type phenom, 14, 15-year-old, you wouldn't go for him necessarily. You just target that best available player in the draft.
I think I go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Jordan?
Well, something that I've learned over the years is that for the quick answer, I would pick a certain position, which one of the prime positions of the middle infield or center field or catcher, because I could pick like a left fielder or right fielder, and like if it's someone like Rhys Hoskins, I could just move them to first or vice versa. Like you could move guys around, or like you can't really move guys around because like they have to have eligibility there, obviously. But something like I can go get someone that hits like 200, but he'll hit like 40 homers to play first base. Like it really just depends on the position, honestly. Like something Anthony taught me is that like you can't like up the middle, like you can't like you need like a good talent there to build your team around. Like with us, we have Lindor, we have like other guys in the our prospects. What?
Oh no, keep going. Sorry.
Oh well, yeah, like we have guys like Jazz, we have guys like Lindor, we have guys who need to play center. Like all of our guys are priorities are like particularly up the middle, and that's something that I stand by, and I think that is where you should target your players first. Honestly, that's just my opinion, though. I know everybody else in the league is different, but that's just me.
That's a good one. I personally was been labeled as what was it? I would hog a lot of middle infielders, so I was getting a hard time until this past season. I think I had like 8 shortstops, but the versatility, So even that's not even including shortstop prospects, but shortstop prospects move over to third base, so they end up at second, or they go to the outfield. So that's at least my reason behind that. For you managers that don't get that, they'll put it in somewhere. That's really all good answers, to be honest with you. I think this was off the wall with something crazy. Being a Red Sox and a Dodgers fan, you just don't know what you're going to get. So, Anthony, I know I have the third question there.
Yeah. So the question that I'm going to ask you guys is a question that we asked all the other owners as well. So if there was, let's say you're an MLB player, right? You're in the prime of your life. You're an MLB player. Is there a certain player, past or present, that you would try to model your game after, or that you felt like closely resembles what your game would be?
I feel like if I were to go present, I would probably say Byron Buxton. Great glove, ridiculous speed. Has a bat, and I got a little bit of power on me. I don't have to fly a little bit, but if it was like pass, I'd probably go realistically, because I don't have much power, but I'd probably go like Kenny Lofton. I feel like that'd be a pretty good one. He was pretty good, really good fielder, had crazy speed. I feel like that's me in a nutshell.
See how you didn't go with no Red Sox player? That's a shock. That's just,
because they're all MVPs.
Are you gonna sit here and talk that Jackie Bradley Jr. is good?
Oh, hey,
You could have gone with you could have gone with pre-injury Jacoby Ellsbury.
He was a Yankee. No, we don't mess with that.
That's why I said pre-injury, right?
Okay, fair. That's fair.
What you got, Jordan?
Yeah, what about you, Jordan?
Well, okay, so like for present, right? Like I'm not really like I don't really play softball or baseball anymore, but I did in 8th grade, and believe it or not, I was a pitcher. Or not really a pitcher. I pitched one half inning, if that counts for anything. And I'll tell you right now, bro, I got the nicest sweeping curve in the valley, dude.
Oh,
The most untouchable Cole Hamels type of sweeping curve, bro. In all seriousness, probably like it feels like present or past. I just most past guys is Omar Vizquel, Ozzie Smith. Like I'm a sucker for good fielding, like for like fielding like the Adelton Simmons, guys like that just could just like do like anything, make any catch, make any play, like because I can't hit at all. So like I kind of have to like be a good fielder. Is that
running in the family now? Is that what I heard?
All of us. Oh yeah, man, because we all know Anthony can't hit.
Hey, I can hit better than I can hit better than both of you. You guys might have me on fielding though.
Oh, we'll get into that.
Yeah, no. Honestly, yeah, probably like Omar Vizquel, someone like that. It's a good fielder.
All right. Those are both.
Without the wife eating part, right? Yeah.
Hey. Those are both solid answers. That's about what I had expected. I knew Alex's play style just very, very closely resembles a Buxton, or just as kind of like player mold. So kind of expected those answers there. But yeah, and then Luis is gonna have one last question for you guys, and then we're gonna wrap up.
Yeah, for both of you guys, so that way it's a fair shot for both of you guys. So what has been the most frustrating thing of co-managing with Anthony? And if you could or you would rename the franchise, what would it be?
No!
Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. Jordan, you go first, Jordan.
All right, well, if I could rename the franchise, you obviously got to go with the Winnipeg Moose, man. You know what I mean? Moose up, Moose gang, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And I can give you one player in particular that makes me not want to be a part of the Carolina Wildcats. I think it's Brian Hayes, bro. I swear to God, he does not stop talking about him.
Brian.
Anytime he can show me a play on Twitter, on like whatever, he's like, "Oh, turn on the game, Brian Hayes is hitting." Like, bro, like, dude, like he's not even that nice, bro. Like, I'm for Brian Hayes, dude.
You're
like,
crazy. Brian Hayes.
That's the present player we're picking.
Brian Hayes is the. I can't. All right, Alex, go.
I would probably rename the team the Congo Rhinos. That's a very Congo Rhinos. Remember that name. I name him probably that name, and the most frustrating thing about being the co-manager of this team is probably some of the stars that he's like had on his team that he's traded away or that he passed up on him during the draft. Like I know Dylan Bundy irks his heart because I know is Dylan Bundy.
No, you're talking about Brandon Beachy.
Brandon Beachy. There we go. Brandon Beachy.
Brandon Beachy was the first player I ever drafted. When I first came into the league, I had the number 2 pick. Guerra actually had 1 and 3. He took Darvish 1. No, he took Cespedes 1. Then I took Brandon Beachy over Yu Darvish. And I don't even like Yu Darvish that much, but I still regret it. Just because Brandon Beachy's just.
It was Brandon Beachy, and I know that like he had Arenado, and he traded him for Donaldson, and look how that turned out. So it's just like some of the stars he had or could have had, and he let him go like just like right past his grasp, but he just couldn't. I don't know. I just wouldn't trade anybody like that. I don't know, but I get his reasonings why he would, but That's
Is
just not me.
that why the rename would be the Congo Rhinos, because they're going into extinction? Is that why? Like,
No,
let's save them.
Because the rhinos are very, aggressive, and they're, very strong animals, and they're very, they win a lot of fights, and I like winning. So that's where, if I'm in this league,
so
that's what I tend to do. Huh?
Okay.
We're stronger than a moose.
Oh, we're way stronger than the moose. My slogan will be "We don't lose." That's basically what my slogan is.
All I know is that with that name, Jordan, you're gonna be Andrew's BFF now.
The Winnipeg.
He's got the other side of that flying squirrel with frostbite falls. So now
Jordan's
the moose.
Jordan's too. He's too young to know that show, man. He's too young.
Just check out Andrew.
I've heard of it before, but I haven't watched the show.
Bullwinkle. Look up Bullwinkle.
Yeah, Bullwinkle. Yes.
No, that's good, but I mean, it's not. I mean, your guys' name it's a good choice. I think for as you keep going with the league, you'll kind of start seeing some of these weird names that come up and no reasoning behind it. Your guys' name is solid, I think. There's a new team that was known for years, right? This Cooperstown Legends, and I don't know what the hell happened there. So we'll find out in his interview why that new name came about. We'll find out next one. So, but no, it's all good, guys. I really do appreciate everything you guys giving us the time today. I know Alex, being a Red Sox fan, he's in there for the long haul. He'll kind of have to just wait for a good amount of losing seasons, and he's used to that though, being a Red Sox fan. Dodgers fan, with the Jordan, he'll choke sometimes, I'm guessing.
I mean, you see the credentials. We win championships there. What can I say? We had the last one. Man. I mean, we had the last one. I mean,
there you go. It's
you got asterisk. Had an asterisk next to it. Was the full season. Had asterisk.
What have you done for me lately? That's all that matters.
Oh my God.
If that's the case, then the Lakers have an asterisk too, right, Alex?
The Lakers? Oh no, we don't. That was the full season. Played in the bubble. No.
All right. Let's.
We don't talk basketball here.
With basketball, what's basketball?
Unless LeBron James joins, baseball or something, like gives it a Michael Jordan go.
He probably could.
Probably draft it first round.
Oh yeah.
No, so thank you guys both. Best of luck on the season dealing with Anthony.
It's gonna be a hard one. It's gonna be a struggle.
Yeah. Stay tuned for the mid-season votes. Hopefully it goes your guys' way. I'm sure we're gonna be reaching back out to you guys for more interviews or feedback in the future video.
For sure.
Thank you for having us. That's it for us today, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. Take it easy.
Appreciate it.
Bye.